When we think about things from a kind of a customer perspective, we talk about omni-channel retailing, but when I talk to my advertisers about their customers and their kind of needs, they don't think about in-store and online and mobile and all of those things. It's just when you've got a very wealthy woman who wants the latest, Balenciaga dress, she doesn't really mind where she buys it. It's about fitting into her lifestyle.
I think the one trick for making omnichannel work is actually thinking about the customer central and finding out about what that customer journey is.
One of the big things is about kind of breaking down the barriers between the prospective customer and the actual item. Obviously that's the biggest thing that you can do as an online retailer, is to try and reduce the boundaries, so making the experience as immersive as possible. But doing that in a cost-effective way becomes, particularly important.
Also interesting that Google is working on bringing in indoors mapping. Something we're looking at is bringing the in-store experience online.
Move between the lower ground floor, the ground floor, the first floor here.
And that's something that I hope we see in the near future in the UK, because that could be something interesting for our customers as well.
I think the even more exciting thing we're doing in the US, which we launched last week, again with Burberry, is now adding Street View to that as well. So basically you can then navigate your way around the store from a floor plan perspective, but also in terms of real life.
The surprise over the last year or so is that it's much more in the mainstream, it's much more on the subject of the board meetings, etc., because this is not just online now, retail is online and in-store and mobile, etc., etc.
I bought a car 6 months ago, and I literally every point of that journey was pretty impressive, from browsing the website, from seeing retargeting adverts.
We work with quite a lot of the luxury German automotive brands, and they understand the kind of the life cycle that someone has, or the user journey that someone is going to go through, from doing that initial research, maybe starting to be kind of compelled to go and configure a car. And again, providing that rich configuration capability on the site is particularly important.
Well, I think it's interesting to see what luxury brands are doing. They clearly have the budgets and the margins to invest in this kind of technology and to provide this kind of experience, and of course we can all learn from it.
As a consumer, only a couple of weeks ago I went into the Apple store. I'd forgotten I was going to a client meeting and forgotten my charger for my Mac. The store assistant asked me to download the Apple Store app, and he said basically the next time I came into their store, basically I could have picked up that charger, scanned it myself, that links up fully to my iTunes account, I'm charged, and I can walk out the store. And I think that's a really great experience, because number one, it shows some kind of deal of trust from Apple to their consumers, but also for me, going into the Apple store and queuing up is not what I want to spend my time doing. So I think it's using the power of digital to make those in-store experiences really, really straightforward.
It's important that I'm up to date, and this is a great forum for me to come and listen and learn and partake.
Just like to thank the organisers and thank IDM for an amazing opportunity to be able to come and present here today. I think it was a really engaged audience. I think lots of great questions and lots of interest.
How does that work?
I think it's essential that the IDM take a leadership position, because there isn't another organisation, in my opinion, who can actually pull all these companies together. And I think this sort of event and the events that have been set out for next year are really quite progressive.